Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wannabes podcast. I'm Morgan, that's Luke, and that's Dreaded, and we are your hosts for this evening. Thank you for joining us. Real quick, before we dive into our entertainment news, we will be reviewing today none other than Netflix's season 2 of the live action of One Piece. So, a little different, not a movie, a series. Uh, Dreaded and I have seen it in full. Luke is almost there, so Luke will be able to give us a almost finished review, but that's okay. It happens. They were binging it. I watched it. I binged it as soon as it came out, though.
Should have been really busy. I won't get into specifics.
Hey,
but yeah,
it happens.
I definitely had more than enough time to watch it, and I didn't. However, I got through 6 episodes, so
I can't wait to talk to you about the last 2.
yeah,
I'm hyped. But you know what? That's okay. Dreaded, you can deal with it. So
and you don't have to. And I'm not. I'm not going to censor anybody or say don't say certain things. You guys, it's been out long enough. You guys can say whatever you want. I know the story pretty well from watching the anime anyway. Everything that I've seen on screen in this show, I'll get into more details, but I've already seen before, so I know what's going on. You're not going to spoil anything for me. So say what you got to say.
Say what you need to say.
Say it with your fucking chest, Dreaded.
I'll say it with my chest, all right?
All right,
Sorry,
so...
censor yourself, you little bitch.
Shut up, bitch!
Can't even say it himself. How?
Okay. Shut up, bitch!
That was pretty good.
Oh, that was actually really good. All right. Current chaos, I believe, put to bed. But it's us. There will be more chaos as the night goes on, because you know that's what we always do. But
I'm gonna shove his soup with a finger up his ass.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was like a piece of jerky. I thought you were just ramen on that for a second.
I mean, like, it could be, but I don't think I'll get possessed.
As the one who bought it for you, I promise you that is not jerkied meat.
Yeah, I know. Don't smell like it either.
Just making sure that is aware before you go eating Sukina's fingers.
It's all right. It's all right. I won't eat this. It actually makes a pretty good chin scratcher.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, as I was saying, chaos maybe aside, we're going to go ahead and dive into our entertainment news segment. So, Dreaded, what do you have for us? Let us hear it. Let us hear it.
All right, let's start with the one that I'm not very happy about.
Okay.
There's a new Long Legs movie in the works. Y'all remember Long Legs?
Yeah.
We loved it.
No, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it was the first movie in a very long time to actually scare me. So
I feel like
that's why I'm not happy.
All kind of ended up disliking it the more we talked about it, though.
The ending. None of us liked the ending, but overall, if I remember correctly, we all felt pretty good about it until that ending.
I feel like this was a movie that, with all of our opinions, after we started dissecting it, the cracks started to form, and we didn't like it as much. I don't want to use the word dislike.
That's what I mean. That's okay. Fair. That's what I meant.
So yeah, apparently another one is coming out with Nicolas Cage reprising his role, but it's also being said not to be a sequel, but set in the same universe. Interesting.
Oh my gosh, excuse me. I'm assuming it might have to do with some of their other cases then? Like the other like unsolved cases, since it's not a sequel?
Yeah, it's a possibility. I ain't happy about it.
But
That movie was scary to me.
It's also not labeled as a prequel though. And I feel like those would have to be prequels, unless it's somebody who takes up the moniker of Long Legs.
He just said it's in the same universe, it's in the same timeline. I'm assuming it's just probably going to be something where our female detective just isn't on the case yet.
That's what my initial thought was. It's a previous case about the killings.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're pulling her away from all the cases, from the FBI in general, because she failed at her one job of shooting her mama when she should have just,
She's also like a 50% psychic or something, so maybe she's having visions.
Yeah, that too. And somehow your psychic visions didn't tell you to shoot your mama.
See, my thought was it doesn't have to do with her at all. She's not.
That too.
Well, I agree with him in the sense that I'm not mad, but why? Like
Yeah.
Agreed.
there's a
Agreed.
lot of really good imagery in here centered around the devil and some of the more demonic aspects of it and the cult aspects. So like if you wanted to do this, just and I don't know if it says Osgood Perkins is involved again, but if you wanted to do this, go that route. Do that instead of focusing on Nicolas Cage's character, which while creepy, had a pretty satisfying ending there, and I don't really see the need to try and shoehorn another one around that character when you've got a whole world that you can explore, given the other subplots and the other things that were going on. There's a shot in there where the detective opens up a door and like the goat or whatever the fuck is just eyeballs. That shit was cool. Show me more of that.
So real quick, I pulled up a article from the Hollywood Reporter. It says also producing are Brian Kavanaugh Jones, Chris Ferguson, which is Perkins' partner at their company Phobos, Dave Chaplin of C2, which financed the initial movie. Paramount and Perkins are keeping details in the basement, but sources stress that this new Longlegs is not a sequel, but something set in the Longlegs universe. So maybe I should tie in with more of like not maybe her, but other like psychic stuff
Well, that's what I'm
or
saying.
culty stuff. Yeah. But it
If
does sound like that Perkins is a part of this.
if we do something along those lines, is it Osgood or his partner? There's a difference to me. But like if they go that route, then I'll feel better about it because that feels a little bit more justified. But just bringing Nicolas Cage back and trying to shoehorn that character into another story, I'm not particularly fond of. But like if he's in it in
But I
a
could see maybe
supernatural
like
aspect, sweet.
yeah, that or like even it's
But
like
I'll wait.
flashbacks to the Longlegs character, but it's not like it's like centered around Longlegs, but it's not like Longlegs is presently a character in it, but you see like images and flashbacks to things maybe.
Perhaps so.
Yeah.
Well,
Right
Hold
now,
on.
I don't see the point, but whatever.
Yeah. Before
I
we
don't
move
either. Let's
on,
do it. Mhm.
I do want to ask chat Tyler, what the hell are you talking about?
You know, I noticed
I
that
can't
too.
even see
Like,
chat. What did he say?
So he said, still wish they stuck with the one from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They need to quit being cowards and give us Midnight Suns. Are you thinking about Nicolas Cage as like Ghost Rider?
uh,
Tyler, I'm confused, my guy. We're talking about a horror
I'm
film.
also confused. I feel like wasn't this said in a previous episode on chat before? That's what I was most confused about. Shoot, one of the previous news things we talked about, I think, did involve Midnight Suns somewhere.
Talking to Tyler.
Well,
Yeah. Wait, Long Legs. Okay, it is.
no. We're talking Longlegs, not Ghost Rider. Oh, that's great. Love you, bud. Love you, bud.
You're good, Tyler.
All right.
All right, go ahead, Dred, with the next story.
Okay. So Marvel's been brought up. Let's talk about this real quick because I found this pretty interesting, actually. So Marvel Studios has been hit as wait, what? Shut up, Anthony. Marvel Studios has been hit hard as Disney announced layoffs. Almost the entire visual department team was let go. Only now a skeleton crew full of full-time members remain to coordinate hiring on a per project basis. And Disney actually, with some numbers, laid off over 1,000 plus people across all divisions. Holy damn. Interesting.
Not surprised.
I mean, budget cuts are happening everywhere right now across just like every industry. So, like, I'm sadly not surprised. It does sound like they're going to go more of a contractor basis from what you were saying earlier about like hiring as needed by project. So,
We've been discussing stuff like this for the past few years now, right? Where it was they don't pursue actors anymore. They make the actors pursue them because Marvel as a machine is that big, right? Just the name Marvel is something that people want to be a part of because of how big it's become. This I feel like is right along those lines. We don't need to have full-time people because when it comes time to post a job listing to be a part of the new Marvel movie, we can get the contractors to come in and do this shit. It's a dirty tactic, but it will be effective. But the thing that sucks about it for us as the consumer is now we're going to be on here talking about how the movies have probably taken a dip in quality because you're going to probably be able to tell that it's the run and gun team on on Captain America 5 as opposed to the team that had been together through 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Yeah, I
possibility.
mean it could also bring in, if you're switching around and like bringing in new people, it could end up allowing there to be new ideas of like people who aren't like complacent with the franchise anymore. But on the other side, that also removes so many jobs from so many creative people. It does give me the flags and the fears of what are they trying to do with AI maybe. Um,
Mm.
but it's just a matter because I think do not quote me on this 'cause but I feel like I read somewhere that Disney had made a deal with like an AI app where people can make images of their like Disney characters through this AI app. So I don't know. I don't know if that is true. I feel like I read that somewhere, but that could have been clickbait that I may not have clicked on. So, um, but no, it's concerning. But to give an air of optimism, I hope we see some badass indie stuff coming from these people instead. I hope they
See, that's actually the
I hope they move to studios or like start up little smaller things to make some awesome films.
See, that was actually the angle I wanted to sort of tackle actually too, because I thought in my head like, sure, a lot of people has lost their jobs, and that does suck. But
Hmm.
I also did think I wonder if now if they have less to work with actually, I wonder if the studios will get a little bit more lax on overusing CG for so much stuff, so we can maybe get some more practical things, or better yet, the thing that's been getting on my personal nerves is when I learned how much CG is used for stuff that really did not need to be CG, or why did you even CG that? Like, one of my biggest examples is when I watched an episode of Corridor Crew, and they were doing an episode on Spider-Man No Way Home, and when Matt Murdock is being a very good lawyer and catches the brick, if you look closely, it looks like he's holding something that's round and a brick is, rectangular. Turns out they CG'd a globe out for some reason and went with a weird digital looking hand thingy and everything like that. And I'm thinking, why? Why?
See,
Seriously.
my immediate thought to that, I agree. You literally all you have to do is toss him a freaking foam block that is
Mm-hmm.
already bright ass green, and you just CGI that. But I'm also not a CG artist, so I don't know all the ins and outs.
Fair enough. But maybe, who knows? Maybe this will be bad. Maybe this might be a blessing in disguise. Who knows? I don't know. I'd like to see what the future of Marvel effects
We'll
holds,
see.
actually. And I wonder if they managed to get that work done for Doomsday before, they lost their jobs.
You know they did.
Yeah, they probably had to. I also
Oh,
did read
that's been
somewhere
done
that
for when is that supposed to drop?
this December.
Yeah, that's already in post production, I'm sure. For like
Yeah, they
what
actually.
the editing and the rendering that yeah.
I think they literally just announced that it was in post production finally.
Okay.
But sorry to all those who had unfortunately lost their jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, on to the next thing. All right. Morgan, you're probably gonna have to take a whole lot of the road ride on this if you know most about it. But I'm still happy this is happening. But
Yeah.
who likes Bloodborne?
I haven't played it, but I like it.
Really? Funny enough,
Mhm.
I played the board game version.
Nice, nice. No, I've watched people play Bloodborne. I haven't played it myself. So I love the world and I love the story of Bloodborne.
I have attempted, and like most Soulsborne games, I don't like it.
Fair.
But, however, Bloodborne is about to move into the world of cinema because an R-rated animated Bloodborne movie is in the works with my man, one of my favorite YouTubers, Mr. Jacksepticeye, is developing the film.
Nice. Very
That's my
nice.
boy. I'm so proud of that man. You know what? I might not be a Bloodborne fan, but with Chris Stuckman making Shelby Oaks, Markiplier making Iron Lung, Kane Pixels working on Backroom, and now Jack working on Bloodborne. Not only am I happy that content creators who love this stuff are now working on films, actually, and I have to say a lot of what they're doing. I like it.
So
Hollywood's doing.
it's being worked on with Sony Production. Sorry, Sony Pictures though, and PlayStation
Yeah, that's
Productions
true.
is doing the animation.
Yeah, that too. But I also like that, we're getting people who like this stuff for reals to do it. So, I'm sorry, a little bit. I might not be big on Bloodborne like that, but I like this. And truth be told, I can't say I wouldn't watch it because the world of Bloodborne actually is interesting. And I don't know all the lore, but again, it's a very interesting world. So I won't say no to this.
Yeah, I'm
And
very
Tyler,
much here for this.
I agree with you. This is, in my opinion, a good trend. I like this.
I agree. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Are you for anybody who is not familiar though, so basically the synopsis for Bloodborne the game is hunt your nightmares as you search for answers in the ancient city of Yarnum, now cursed with a strange endemic illness spreading through the streets like wildfire, sorry. Danger, death, and madness lurk around every corner of this dark and horrific world, and you must discover the darkest secrets in order to survive. And from what I'm seeing everywhere, the film is meant to be like a rated, like you said, rated R, but meant to be a very adult animated take that really leans into the game's dark horror tones.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. What about you, Luke? You a Bloodborne fan?
No, I never played it, but I looked it up. It looks like Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden and Dante's Inferno. And I say that with all the respect in the world. I'm not taking a dig. I do enjoy those games. I just never got around to playing this one. It's cool that, like you guys have said, people that love the franchises are getting a shot at these movies. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
All right, we need someone to clip this. Hey, Jacksepticeye, if you ever see a clip of this, when the movie's about to come out and stuff like that, or once it's already out, how about you stop by the Wannabes podcast for an interview?
Clip
also,
it.
I'm a big fan, and I would love to meet you, man.
Clip it.
Clip it.
Clip it.
Talk about the production.
Yeah, I would like to know. I would like to hear from Jack himself. All right, y'all. What do I have next? Oh, I guess it's the big one, y'all. Because listen, we are in a time of crisis, all right? The world's on fire, everything's expensive. There's conflict going on in so many different places. And all we need to do now is turn to our Lord and Savior. He's returning this year in November. He returns, ladies and gentlemen. Godzilla.
Oh, you have the right one too.
Exactly, too. So, yesterday, the first official trailer for Godzilla -Zero has dropped. And I'm happy. I'm always going to be happy to see our Lord and Savior return to the big screen. So, trailer, it's brief, just like I think the first original trailer for Godzilla -1 was, actually. We get some interesting looks at some stuff. But from what I can gather from whatever synopsis has barely been released, the film is taking place 2 years after the first one. We've got the return of Noriko and Koichi? Is that how you say his name? I don't know how to say his name.
Koichi.
Yeah. Basically, our little makeshift family is returning, actually. So they're all coming back. And if you've seen in the trailer, for one, Senor Godzilla is coming to New York. So that's new. That's, well, not necessarily new. He's been in New York before once, but it wasn't the real Godzilla. And also, fun fact, this is going to be the first Japanese project filmed for IMAX. Holy crap.
Yep.
I will definitely be catching this in IMAX at MJR. Yeah, it will be lit.
Feel like we all need to go do a watch party again together.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
That was a great time when we did it.
I'm getting VIP seats. I'm
here for that. We'll be a little separated from each other, but I'm here for it.
It's all right. But yeah, this movie, despite the small looks at it, looks awesome. Godzilla's got a bit of a new look going on here. It's got some more spikes and some shoulders. And that mofo bigger. He got bigger.
Yeah, he did.
And yeah. Y'all remember how mean -1 was? So this dude got bigger as hell. And what the hell is going on with the floating houses and like debris? What's going on there?
I have my thoughts, but the trailer shows me way more than I thought it was going to, which is amazing. I didn't think I was even going to get a look at Godzilla. I'm more curious about what the overall plot is. There's a tagline in the theater or in the trailer that says there's a new enemy. I want to know more about that. And obviously at some point Godzilla makes his way to fucking New York. It's in the trailer, so I'm very curious to see how that all comes about. But just hearing the music, seeing the characters, and seeing another shot, beautiful shot of Godzilla in the water by this team, that's all I need. I'm hype as fuck. I can't wait.
Yeah, that shot is so awesome, bro. That dude, god damn. And I want to see if I once saw that the budget had gone up, but I don't know if it's anywhere.
Let me see.
On
Yeah.
Wikipedia, which I'm at right now.
No,
I'm not seeing
the
anything on the
wiki
budget
doesn't
yet.
have it announced. They usually don't
But
announce all those numbers until it releases typically.
Fair enough. But I do, according to this, they hold on, what's his name? Okay, I'm probably gonna butcher this name. Takashi Yamazaki. Okay, had revealed scripting and storyboards and follow-ups, and was ongoing and expected a budget higher than Godzilla -1. So it probably will be an increased budget actually. But seeing what they
would be
did with the
surprised
first
if
one,
it wasn't.
seeing what they did with the first budget, I know they're gonna make that money go to good places. Actually,
Yeah, so they did their principal photography commenced back in August 2025 and actually wrapped in December. Filming took place in one of the prefectures in Japan. We also had filming in New Zealand as well as Norway.
well,
Shirogumi is also the ones handling the visual effects.
is that the same studio from the first time?
I want to say so. I'm double checking.
All right.
Let me know. Let me see.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's what I thought. Cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, all hail the king, and we are there, and we will be reporting on more Godzilla news as it comes about. Because this is gonna be a good time for Godzilla. We got this, and you still got Supernova next year as well. So we'll see about that.
I have theories, guys, that I want to discuss with you about specifically Noriko.
I want to hear it.
That I can't discuss with you, Dreaded, until you go watch Monarch. I know that they're different timelines, but it has given me ideas for stuff for Noriko.
Interesting. Okay, well, all right then.
That is not a spoiler. I will say right now, I have not seen anybody have like the radiation veiny things that she has. To be fair, okay, I want to announce that now to you. To have not seen that.
Have you been watching season 2 or something that happened in season 1?
Season 2.
Oh, interesting.
That's why I'm saying you need to catch up.
The official term is Godzilla neck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Shut up, bitch!
Sorry, just had to.
Is that really what it's called, though? Or is that just like what us fans call it?
No, that's just what us dorks are calling it.
Okay.
Kind of like when we called.
Because I was just wondering, because like, is that their placeholder until they reveal what it is? That'd be hilarious if it was.
Yeah, no.
Tyler, you need to get past season 1 of Monarch because it's worth it. Anyway.
Yeah, I thought about just binging it all when it came out, but
that's my
actually I genuinely do
about Monarch tonight.
Moving on.
Okay. Wow.
Damn. Tyler, okay, Tyler. You can see that.
Damn.
I don't know what he said, but I hope it was spicy. Anyway, if we could actually get to that.
It was spicy.
I'll send you a photo. I'll send you a photo, Luke.
Wait, he won't get it. He won't get it though.
I don't care.
Okay, fair.
Continue.
Well, that's actually everything for -0 right now, actually. So Now we can go ahead and move on to our main review. Yay!
Yay! It's not a movie
Yay!
review, but it's a review because I need to make a show review one. That reminds me.
I mean,
Anyway,
it's not like we've never done this. We've done this before. We did the first season.
yeah. Dreaded, you need to be more excited.
You.
All right, everybody, we are reviewing none other.
Oh, come on!
What?
We are? Why the pause after we are?
It's only awkward if you make it awkward, dude.
Anyway, we are reviewing the season 2 of Netflix's live action One Piece. So, sorry. I'm too proud of myself for that one. We end up covering, help me remember all of them, gentlemen. We end up covering Logtown. We end up covering Reverse Island. Shoot. I had a list up open and I accidentally closed. Little Garden.
Whiskey Peak, and then Chopper.
Drum Island.
Yeah.
Drum Island.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
I literally had like a list of all of them open, and then I closed the tab.
But that's a lot. That's a lot, and I'm impressed that they covered all that. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't check any of the runtimes, but I'm pretty sure that I don't think all the episodes, or were all the episodes they're like an hour and a half, aren't they?
No. They're all like I'm pretty sure I was gonna say I don't think I don't think they break
around 45 minutes.
Yeah, they don't ever break 57 minutes.
Okay, well then that's just me. I don't want to say it's a pacing problem, but given all the stuff that's in, because it's pretty much an arc an episode. We're pretty close to it.
Until you get to Chopper. Chopper's takes multiple episodes.
Right.
Understandably.
But I remember thinking during a couple of them, I was like, damn, we're still here. Like it hasn't stopped. We're probably gonna get through all this, and they did. So yeah. I say that because I was impressed, and yeah, shit, not cross 50 minutes that's impressive given the amount of show.
It paced well, I feel like, too, with all that being said.
I'm gonna say yes, even though what I just said may have come across as otherwise. I don't think so. I think it was paced pretty good.
Yeah. Real quick though, Tyler does say Alabasta ain't in season 2. No, because season 3 is going to be dedicated only to Alabasta. The entire Alabasta arc will be season 3, which makes a lot of sense. There's a lot that happens in Alabasta.
I think Alabasta was like one of the first long arcs that One Piece was doing.
Yes.
That lasted a minute.
Absolutely.
So
it was the longest.
To cover that one.
It was at the time. It was the longest arc that had ever been released.
Until what?
Well, I mean,
what's the one I just finished that was like 113?
I mean, where are you? Ended up being longer.
I don't know where you are.
It was like the tournament arc and shit. Like I'm at the mining.
Oh, is that Dressrosa?
Yes. Dressrosa was fucking long, dude.
Dressrosa was long. I mean, I don't think was Enos Lobby that long. I don't remember being that long.
I don't think Enos Lobby was that long.
Yeah, it's not Dressrosa long.
No. Like Dressrosa, and then I believe Wano. Those were long.
I think Wano's the longest.
I think I'm headed towards Wano.
I feel like
Enos Lobby was only 46 episodes.
Yeah.
And
okay. No way.
Let's see how many. I'm gonna check now how many Dressrosa has.
Man, Dressrosa was going on so goddamn long. I feel like by the time I was in high school to when I graduated, Dressrosa was still going on.
Yeah, so Dressrosa had 118 episodes. And then
I'm glad I got to binge that.
Wano has 191 to 195 episodes.
Jesus God damn! I'm pretty sure that's the entire length of the OG Dragon Ball. Like I'm not even playing. See how many episodes legit right now.
Well, hold on. Let me look.
Because Z is 297, I think, or 290 something.
I said Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, you bastard.
Actually, Tyler. Water 7 only has 35 episodes, so it still doesn't reach
Yeah. Okay,
Really
Dragon
fast
Ball
content.
totally has 153 episodes.
Yeah, okay. All right. That one arc is
So
longer than an entire show.
yes, Jesus Christ.
Let's see,
Piece,
real
what the
quick. Let me.
hell?
How many episodes does Alabasta have in the anime? Let's
Alabasta.
39 episodes. Oh wow.
That was it.
But
That's
you know
cool.
what?
That actually makes sense though. I think that's a good number and a good reason with 8 episodes to give it its own season.
And
I
I gotta be honest though, Alabasta is extremely important. We really get, which we already started getting into, which dreaded. I'm so sorry I didn't get to call you back and like talk to you about Sabo. But
It
they're already introducing before we get to Alabasta the Revolutionary Army, and I don't hate it because Dreaded didn't have his headphones on. I'm gonna repeat it.
No, I heard you. I heard you. I heard you.
Okay. I don't hate it though, because the Revolutionary Army is a massive force and very important to the Alabasta arc specifically. So I'm happy they're introducing things early.
I'm not mad about it either.
I love them sprinkling in the breadcrumbs because I
Go for it.
think that's something that's important.
I could not believe my eyes what I was seeing. I was watching and I said, I know that's not who I think it is. So I'm with you. I don't hate that. I don't. That's kind of that's good little teasing breadcrumbs for the fans and stuff like that. I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. We didn't even know that man existed until Marineford. We only got a name drop in Marineford. We're getting holy shit.
I mean, like, if you don't know, then you don't know. It's inconsequential, and then if you do know, it's still inconsequential. Whatever. I can't say the word again. Because if it's not for the fucking hat, he's not in focus. He's there for 2 seconds. Who cares?
And I mean, what's surprising too is though he's not the only character they did this with. We have Bartholomew, who doesn't even appear until episode.
Bartholomew.
Thank you. I just call him Barto. Barto doesn't appear until episode 634 and we meet him in Dressrosa and we get him now. I freaking love that. I also love Barto. Barto's fantastic.
Yeah, that was fascinating. I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, this motherfucker didn't show up here.
I love it though. I love it.
Yeah, that was also something. And you know what? Bartholomew ain't the only character who made a debut here who should have put it up later. Because let's talk about the Rumbar Pirates real quick. I was so motherfucking happy.
Wait, hold on, because I want to start from the beginning here, because literally for me, watching this shit from the first time everybody's on screen and they're like reintroducing the characters and everybody, first of all, the main cast is still my favorite. I love all of them playing every single one of these characters. I think they still nail what these characters are supposed to be. So when they show up on the ship and they're having that banter about how they're going to cross the Grand Line or how they're going to get across it and all that shit, I was like, man, I literally had a couple tears because it is so cool to see as an anime fan just how much fucking care is put in to nail these things. But then it's also annoying on a certain level too because of how much care you can see somebody that gives a shit puts into something that they care about and they actually want to make good. And I still have the same kind of critique that I shouldn't say critique, but I stand by what I said with season 1. When they're on the ships, when they're on sets, it feels like stage play-ish, and I say that with nothing but love. But because there's like when they're actually sailing, there's not like a whole lot of shots of them really sailing in the water. It's a lot of green screen, a lot of CGI, a lot of stuff like that. When they're on the ship, it's a lot of close-ups. You don't really get to see the whole ship too much. Mm-hmm. They do that on purpose. I understand. So that's why I say that. But it's done so fucking well that just as soon as I saw them on screen, I was like, damn. There's a lot of moments watching this show where I had the same feelings watching the anime, legit the same reactions. And I think that's nothing but a huge credit to the people involved in the show on screen and behind the cameras. Like they fucking nail it. And I'm not kidding. From the second I saw the Straw Hats on screen, I went like, I'm here again. It kind of felt like watching the anime again. with the emotions.
I unfortunately do not share that.
Brother.
I mean, that's fine.
I mean, so I want to mention one of the people I love the most in terms of sticking to the character and actually, in my opinion, building upon it was a relatively newer actor for us, Daniel McGregor, Daniel McGregor Lasker specifically. He was Mr. Nine, or He's Up guy. Phenomenal job. Like the casting, the makeup, the costume design across the board for season 2. I mean, season 1 was great too, but I felt like they really brought their A game with costumery, makeup, hair, the cast itself. He actually in an interview stated stated that, he's like, I fought and made sure to have the pinkies up and like made sure that I told everybody this is happening, this is part of the character, and I tried to include it as whenever it felt right to include it for the character. Um we also have our gosh, she's so beautiful. Where is her name? Where is her name? Shoot. Shoot. Who is the actress for our lovely Vivi?
I don't know how to say her name. Charitra? Chandra? What? I don't know how to say that name actually.
Well, before you get there, because the first place we stop is Loketown.
Yes.
And they did a great job bringing that city to life. My man who plays Smoker and Kashigi, they nailed their characters too.
Kashigi.
I will never ever have a bad thing to say about my guy and his portrayal of Buggy. I think he is probably the best. If I can just
I
get
love
him,
him.
if he can get more involved in the story. I know we're not there yet, but love seeing Buggy. Love seeing how they went about bringing that whole scene to life on the execution platform. Knew they were going to introduce Dragon. Got a little snippet of somebody else, and we'll talk about more. It's up to them if they want to rage about it. But yeah, I just right off the bat with the first couple episodes and the setups that they have, and how they nailed getting from Logtown to the Grand Line and getting into fucking giant whales and shit. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? And I forget the dude's name, but the dude that plays Garp is fantastic as well. Garp is sweet. I love some Garp.
He is absolutely like chef's kiss fantastic.
I will
What is
say
his name?
to Anthony's credit, the one thing right off the rip that I don't like, I'll get into a little bit more, is when they do some of the action. I'm not super impressed with all of the fights that are
That's
in the
fair.
show.
That's
I
fair.
wasn't super impressed with the fights last season either, but they do a really good job with anything else. And I gotta be honest, I was very disappointed in how they portrayed the slip. Elvita was just
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but that's really the one thing that I've seen so far where I went, that I just kind of downright don't like. But I feel like that whole devil fruit power anyway is probably going to be a little hard, or maybe even I'll say lame to portrayal, because really isn't a whole lot to it.
I also just don't like Alvita in general.
Actress is cool. I like the character.
She's so dedicated. She went through a whole regimen of like gaining weight for season 1 and then went through the regimen of losing it for season 2, which makes sense to the character. And absolutely fantastic.
But that action piece I wasn't particularly impressed with. Just when it came to Elvita. After that, everything else still looked pretty good.
Everything else, I feel like after that kind of came back up in quality for the fight. And like you said, it could be just because of like trying to portray that that specific ability as much as we had to see it creatively.
I don't know. I wanna agree. I really do. But that just might be the hardest part, is adapting that from the comic to the cartoon to live action, because Luffy's Luffy's rubber arms don't look the best. I mean, they look a little bit better than they did last season, but that I figured was always going to be a tough sell. And now you're throwing in everybody else's powers. I think the ones that are a little bit more practical, like number five's powers, that's easy to do. It's just explosions. Like, we can do that. Those look good. Number three's powers looked okay. I really like how they portrayed all that, but there's just a couple here and there where it's the fights feel more epic in the cartoon. It just is what it is. to me, when I see them in live action on the screen, there's just a little something missing, but I think that's just got to do with the practicality that they're trying to keep by making this feel as authentic and as real as possible. Like, how would it translate? Because it needs to. For the most part, it does, but when it comes to them actually fighting each other, it just feels a little limited to me.
I'm trying to stick with the nice things first before I tear this shit apart.
Tear it apart, dude. That's fine.
No, nice stuff first, because I'm going to be all over the place.
Well, I'm sticking to Logtown, so that's my thing on Logtown. And then what? Then we deal with Laboon, and that was cool. Laboon didn't look the best. Laboon looked about as good as I figured he would. Crocus, I love that actor. He's awesome. I love that they got an actor of that caliber to do this, and like especially with the fucking thing on the back of his head too. It's like you gotta figure when you're getting probably classically trained actors to do this shit, like people that are like, I do it for the craft. Like, okay, cool, but you're gonna play this character. It's got this fucking thing on the back of his head. But he nailed it. I loved seeing that. I love the him telling the story about the pirates that left Laboon and stuff. We got to see Brooke.
Yeah, stop right there. That's where I was gonna go with place because I'm happy to see Brooke. I'm so happy he's black.
Of course he's black. It makes.
You never know. You never know.
Listen, the internet trolls are extra stupid on this one. The skeleton has a fucking fro. Get out of my face.
We've also seen flashbacks of living
Brooke, which I didn't want to say was full on, but I didn't also want to say not either. So I was like, who knows where they'll go with this actually.
But the
fact that he's here.
Dude, I'm so excited to see how they pull that off, and I hope they keep the same actor to do mocap or voice, whatever. But my man nailed that too. That was awesome.
Rumbar Pirates in general.
That's one of the 10 plus moments where I went, I actually have tears in my eyes right now. This is awesome.
Rumbar Pirates, hang on, don't go forward yet because that live action Binks Brew is fire.
Yeah.
It's actually fire.
I was singing it.
I was too. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, wait, why is this so awesome?
Luffy sings it to Laboon and does a little dance too. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And on that point, I also got to bring up the fact that I still like Inaki as Luffy. I still love that.
He's the best, man. It's like I said, the feelings that I had watching the cartoon in these big moments, Luffy putting the hat on Nami to go fight Arlong, talking to Laboon, putting the fucking paint on him, hearing the fucking tragic story about him getting left behind, and hearing the songs and shit. Like, this is moments. As a Dragon Ball fan, Dragon Ball has had an emotional impact on me throughout my entire lifetime. It has gotten me through a bunch of shit. I love that show. That is always going to be my favorite. One Piece has done that and then some. Like, I'll be the first one to admit that if it wasn't for the fact that it's long as fuck, this show hits me in ways that like Dragon Ball has really been the only one to do it. I don't know if it's just like shonen stuff or whatever, but like there's a certain level of heart and like whimsy, I'll say, or whatever. Like the messaging in One Piece, the way that the characters react to stuff, just everything about it, it's about as perfect as you can get, because perfect to me is Brotherhood. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, One Piece is really, really fucking good. The length is something I'll get into later, but those feelings I had watching the anime, I'm having watching this. And like I said, as awesome as it is, it does piss me off a little bit, because why the fuck can't you do that with my show? But that's a whole nother thing for another day. I won't get into it. But yeah, I've had a blast watching this show.
Also, can we acknowledge the fact that episode also stole a joke from the movie Monster House?
Yes, it was so good, because we said it watching it just as a joke to one another, and then like it happened, and we're all like, "Whoa!"
I was thinking, I know they did not do that joke. I know they did not.
So good.
Oh my gosh.
It's on brand.
Yeah, it's on brand.
So, do you have anything else about Laboon? We're at Laboon now.
No, nothing on Laboon actually, but I might have to let you guys take over for a good minute, because I have just 4 more mentions of things that I like, or that I was like, oh hey, look at that, right? Because I think at one point when Luffy was asleep, he mentioned Dadan, Curly Dadan. I was like, hey, that's a mention there. Nika gets mentioned, and that's going to be big later as hell. Which actually, because somebody who has not been on One Piece for a minute, was Nika ever mentioned before Wano? Do you know?
Not yes and no. Yes and no. So not by the name Nika.
Okay.
It was just there was always drops of like the sun god. Like we got a little bit of that with Fishman Island with getting Jinbei. There was other bits of that in other areas. And specifically the name Nika, not as much. Like Joy Boy and the sun god, yes, as Tyler just said, but Nika, no.
Gotcha. Okay. And lastly, there was a point when Blackbeard was mentioned, so that was cool as well.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and take. All right, listen, go take the floor, you guys, because you guys are gonna love this. I'll save my thoughts for later when you guys are ready for some.
I'm gonna give some love to Lyra Bova. Her Nico Robin is introduced in this season too.
Yes.
I think she's. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. She does a great job too. I'm sure she's a little bit more active in the couple episodes that I have left, but the stuff that I've seen her do so far, like they're fucking nailing it. I'm excited to see her get her bigger moments that are to come because, like, damn, she good.
She's very good.
I actually forgot she was here.
I mean, it's not her season yet.
I was gonna say she's more important in season 3 in Alabasta, and then after Alabasta is when we really, really get more Robin.
That is true.
But I really like the intro. I like how they portray her power. I don't think it looks the best, but again, it is what it is. Cool to see that. There's surprisingly a lot more violence in this season than there was the last one. I'm actually seeing people get cut. I'm seeing a little bit of blood. I'm seeing some shit go down. And like for TV 14, they cuss a lot. That kind of took me by surprise too. I'm like, damn, I know One Piece is a show that kind of straddles the line between kid friendly, but I thought maybe there'd be a little bit more of an emphasis on that in this. Nah, they're dropping F-bombs. They're saying shit and damn and hell every other word. I'm like, God, I mean, legit, goddamn. I like it, but I wasn't expecting all that, especially when it says TV 14. I know it says language, but they're dropping some F-bombs. Let it ride, baby. Whiskey.
Yeah, Whiskey Peak is next.
How do we feel?
Again, kind of another thing, kind of like Looktown. They did a fantastic job, I think, setting the scene for that. And I mean, some of my favorite part, honestly, is Zoro doing his like 100-man battle. Because first things first, there's a couple different like reasons for that. There's McKenna, who is actually the actor for Zoro. He is actually the child of Zenichi Chiba, which is more commonly known as Sony Chiba, and he's
Chiba.
Yeah. So he was, he's an actor. He was an actor and a martial artist, and he's been actually being trained in. So McEnu has been trained in martial arts and sword fighting since he was a kid. And he even said like, yeah, I was told even in the very first season that I need to slow down because this is so natural for him that like even like the people he was fighting was having a hard time catching up. And he said, I'm counting the numbers because I know you fucking One Piece fans are gonna count them and gonna make sure I actually did 100 of them. And so the whole thing they had, I think that it was 8 hours or 6 or 8 hours to film that entire scene, and they did it.
That's actually not that bad considering. I would have figured maybe like a couple days.
Yeah, they got it done in like it was either 6 or 8 hours.
It was an impressive set piece, and that's cool that they did the counting. He does a great job. I need to see his Knights of the Zodiac just for S's and G's because I'm sure the movie isn't bad because of him.
I wanted to see that as well.
But man, again, this is one of the things where I got a tear seeing it because of how good it was and how like attention to detail. And it's like, it's insane. It's so insane to think that a show like One Piece is getting people to commit to these roles. I forget my man's name with the powdered wig that has the guns in it. But I remember watching the fucking anime when he does this thing and he fucking fights off Miss Wednesday and Five. and he sacrificed himself, and I'm like, he pulls on the strings on his necktie, and the fucking guns come out of little holes in the wig, and he shoots at people. I remember watching that and
Oh
knowing
yeah,
that the show
Igram.
yeah, I remember watching
Igram.
that knowing that the show was coming out and being like, there's no there's no fucking way. Like there's no way. And I saw it and I went, you gotta be fucking kidding me. He even does the singing while he's fucking walking through. I was like, yo, all right, again, it's so cool to see because these people clearly give a shit. But like, damn, it's like, how the fuck did you flap on all the other attempts that have come before? That's all. I'm gonna harp on that way too much, but like that shit just irks me to no end.
It's one of those things where um it's been said time and time again in these interviews because it was on all of my algorithms. I get a lot of One Piece stuff because I am very much a big One Piece person, and it is it was so sweet seeing all these different interviews. Some people did join, like our actress uh for Chopper. She didn't know One Piece, but she came in like and said like, I know that this is such the type of show and that has moved and it means so much to so many different people of all different ages and generations that like and it's not just her. I've heard many people on the cast say like, you know, we got to do it right for them, not just for us. So, like, there is a very, very beautiful, like, respect that the cast has to how much One Piece means to everyone. And it's really beautiful to see because you don't always get that,
No,
especially across the entire cast.
well, and it's surprising too. You know, we've all watched anime for most of our lives. I would assume, and you watch certain shows, and you go like, I know it's a Japanese property, but like that character clearly is not Japanese, right? Like I
Well,
could
we already
definitely
know
see a world.
that Oda planned it where they were all from like different countries.
Right. But I'm just saying, it's nice to see that get taken into account because take for instance the Full Metal Alchemist movies on Netflix,
Yeah.
not as well received. Those are strictly like, I would say for a Japanese audience, right? But the characters are named like Ed and Al and all this other shit. It's like you should probably have taken the approach that One Piece did, and that may have had more of an appeal. Just an opinion. Um, so I like again that this has a very dedicated team and dedicated people behind it to make it as good as it is, which by all accounts is probably better than it has any right to be, considering what we're talking about. But they're proving everybody wrong, and I hope the showrunners and directors and studios are really fucking paying attention to this because this is the most popular manga on the planet. Again, that's coming from a Dragon Ball fan, and you can't deny the impact that this does have worldwide. And if you get it right, you now have made something that also will have an impact worldwide, which is what everybody says they want to do when they make shit. But this actually is taking that approach.
I absolutely, genuinely 100% agree.
So, are you done with Whiskey Peak?
There's one other like call out just because I have a lot of behind the scenes knowledge for in certain areas. So in Whiskey Peak, we do get to see. No, it's not a school sesh. I just thought it was a fun, cute little idea or like little like tidbit.
Teach us something anyway.
Okay, fine. So corsets are really hard to dance in. You need to know that, and this is kind of important to what I'm getting at. So, our actress for Vivi, Caritha Gahara, sorry, Car Khan. Oh my gosh,
Just call her Vivi.
I can get her first name. It's the last name that screws me up. But anyway, Caritha, who plays Vivi, she actually I loved it. They didn't like choreograph her like hypnotic dance that she does. She actually said in an interview straight up like they gave me full reign on how to do that dance. She's like, I did watch how Vivi did it. She's like, it is really hard to do the moves that Vivi does in the anime in an actual corset. She's like, but I loved having the freedom to let my body move how it naturally would move, and so they let her choreograph that dance herself. in which we see in the Whiskey Peak arc, and I thought that was a really nice touch because a lot of people and a lot of directors would be like, "This is how I want you to move. Do this. Do more of that." Where they're like, "It's your body. Do what feels natural to you." So just a
Nice.
little fun fact.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good with Whiskey
You
Peak.
go to Little Garden.
I love Little Garden. You asked about Nika Dreaded. So with us talking, I don't know if you caught it, but when I believe it was when Luffy was speaking with he wasn't with Dory, he was with oh, which one is he with? Which sorry. I'm trying to scroll real quick to find the names of our fantastic freaking Brogy, sorry. So I believe he's with Brogy, and there is a bunch of like what looks like massive like statues or chess pieces that he has been like working on and whittling. And one of them behind him is none other than Nika. They're like little Easter eggs. I think you also see one of Dory, if I'm not mistaken. There's another one that is a little hard to tell, but I do believe oh, what is the character's name? Shoot. Are you caught up at all, Dreaded, with One Piece?
I just have some knowledge of what's happening.
Hold on.
Go on ahead.
Who controls the world government? I'm blanking on her name. Okay, Emu. One of them I do not know for a fact, but it looks like it could be a rough representation of Emu, which for any of us who is caught up and is seeing the stuff that we've been seeing regarding the, the Dark Generation and whatnot.
That I do have some knowledge in.
Really cool little hints to see. Sorry, I know I'm losing you a little bit, Luke, because you're not caught up.
Just a little.
But I'm just saying, like, that was sick to see. I also do not know for a fact if that was Emu, but I believe it was. That is how I'm looking at it, especially with Nika being there. But yeah, I just really cool little things here in the world. I didn't love to actually say the something I didn't like about this, which was in Little Garden, was I hated the constant close-up shots of Brogy and Dory. I know it was to help with like not having to constantly do like the big CG stuff of like showing them really big compared to regular actors. I totally understand why. I just hated the constant like this is what I'm seeing of them. So I wish we got more mid to full shots of Brogy and Dory than what we actually get, but I do understand why, I guess. But I absolutely love Little Garden. I think the actors they got specifically for our giant warrior pirate leaders, our feuding boys, I think they were phenomenal. Absolutely loved them.
Yep. Can't wait for the season 11 when they finally go to Elbeth.
Yes. Mr. 3 was great. You know, David did a fantastic job as Mr. 3.
David is great in everything.
And David is fantastic in everything. That is 100% accurate. But man, he did so good as Mr. 3. I hated him as much as I hated original Mr. 3. Like,
yeah, pulls off that fucking cowardly swarm, and like he's cocky when he's winning, for sure. But he's definitely somebody that you just absolutely want to punch in the face.
Yeah. We also get to see Miss Golden Weekend, who uses her like emotional special paint. I think she did a great job, especially when she goes freaking crazy. Because Chat just asked, it's like you're thinking with me. Golden Week was played by Sophia and Caruso. Yeah, she is a actress, singer, and dancer, best known for the role Lydia Dietz in the Broadway musical Beetlejuice. So she's a little bit more in that realm.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not
Okay.
know that.
Yeah, I loved her. I think she did great.
All right. So what was the next arc that was covered again after Little Garden?
Well, I'm
Did
out
you-
now.
Oh, so oh god.
Next
This is
arc.
strictly you two, and now you can hate.
Next arc is none other than Drum Island. Sadly, Luke had not had a chance to catch it. I cannot wait for your thoughts, Luke, after you see it.
I can't either, honestly.
You.
I'm being honest.
So,
All right. Let's talk about it.
Dreaded, I've talked a lot. You haven't talked in a minute. What didn't you like? Is it like
I don't-
what is wrong? What is wrong with you in Drum Island?
You mean what's wrong with me this whole entire series? I don't like live action One Piece.
Okay, but
I
what didn't
don't
you like
like
about
it.
Drum Island?
Same thing I didn't like about the rest of the show. How about I just say the big one? I can't take this show seriously. And I really want to.
I mean,
I wish
early One Piece wasn't meant to be super, super serious.
but I took it seriously. I was in it. I was in! I'm not for this. I watched this show, and other than the good things I said at first, I'm bored. I don't like this show. I don't like it. Luke, you said this felt very stage play. That's one of my big issues. I can't take it serious because I'm looking at this and I'm like, I mean, yes, authentic, but feels very cosplay. Feels like a very good internet cosplay show that doesn't have the biggest budget to go all out, but there's love in it. And okay, listen, shout outs for everybody being a part of this, for really being in it. Shout out for y'all taking like this seriously and putting respect on One Piece. I will give you that. But I can't take this show seriously, like not the way I can the anime, because it's an anime. I'm going to suspend a lot of disbelief on how things work in that world. Snail transponders, devil fruits, how some of these devil fruits work, such as freaking Alvitas, or even Luffy's stretchy powers. Everything that's being translated into live action for this particular world does not work for me, actually. Yes, Zoro does fight over 100 dudes, and he has a lot of fight scenes, so does Sanji. Everyone does, but I don't think there's even a single fight that I was like into, because I mean the way they fight in the anime, they're trying to adapt into their live action. I'm just like, it ain't working for me. It just isn't. Like, a lot of my problems are the same from season 1. I see nothing's really changed except for the references. Those are fun. I like those. Those are cool. And how they're like pacing some stuff out to like give some breadcrumbs of what's the future to come. But I watch this show and I just think, God, why did I agree to this? And nothing changes when we get to Drum Island. Here's how I know for a fact that this show ain't working for me. Because Drum Island, listen, I was kind of watching One Piece before then. Before I got this PC set up in my room, I used the computer that was in my back living room, right? While my brother watched anime. So while I was doing whatever I was doing and he was watching, I was watching as well. Like, I know what happened in Longtime, even though I wasn't actively stopping what I was doing. Like, I know what went down and everything like that. When we got to Drum Island and met Chopper, that's when I was in. I was officially in. And also, not to mention, Chopper is the only character in all of One Piece. We have a lot of sad backstories in One Piece. He is the only character whose backstory actually gets tears out of me, who to this day still gets me choked up. When he comes back beaten and bloodied with that mushroom, I can almost hold it together, but I feel the lump in my throat every time. You know what I don't feel at? Here. So I knew this was not working for me when we meet Chopper, who is my favorite character in One Piece, and we get through his sad backstory that made me shed tears, and I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I'm sorry. I know y'all put y'all love and everything
I was
into
bawling.
it, but I know you were, because you're you. Listen, I knew you would be. Just I can't take this live action seriously, okay? They're trying to go super authentic and it doesn't work for me, okay? For everyone who likes it, good for you. Yep, I mean, another reason I'm highly salty about this damn show, because I still kind of don't full on fathom why this is so beloved, and Avatar: The Last Airbender, like Netflix gets a little hate, and I'm just like, why? So there is some salt there, but I am still dead ass serious when I say I can't get into this. I just can't.
I think
it sounds like it's got more to do with the fandoms than anything else. You know what
I
I mean? Like
agree.
I don't,
It's possible.
because I haven't seen Last Airbender on Netflix, but from the stuff that I have seen, like I would definitely say it's not worthy of like Shyamalan hate, right? Like I don't even know what kind of hate it's gotten, but I think that's just a case of the fandom just being too fucking picky.
So honestly, I think it's a kind of a psychological thing where the fandom for Avatar: The Last Airbender is really jaded because they've already been burned before.
Yes.
I don't think the live action Netflix deserves it, as you know, Dreaded. You and I both really enjoyed the live action Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm excited for there to be the next season. But
yeah, see that one, I'm excited for.
One
that
Piece
one.
fans haven't been burned before like that. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't know. I took that seriously. I watched that and thought, yeah, the way that world works, I'm buying here live action. I'm not buying this. I just can't. Everything they're trying to do is very authentic, but it comes off as just goofy. I guess that's the best thing I can say, really, honestly.
I mean,
and yes, we get to Drum Island, and I still don't. I'm not there. And a lot of stuff that hits in the anime does not hit here. When Dragon shows up, I don't care. When Chopper rages over, I can never say his name right. The Doctor is death. I don't care. Like and when you mentioned earlier from season 1, like Luffy putting that hat on Nami to go confront Arlong, it doesn't hit the same. A lot of doesn't hit the same, and that even goes to the characters too. Again, I will always give y'all credit for going in, but these live action variations, some of these variations don't work for me. The only ones that really do are Luffy, Usopp, and actually Nami. And I'll throw Vivi in there kind of. I love Zoro and Sanji. I love them. They're some of my favorite characters. But something about them here just feels missing. Like hardcore missing. And I don't think they're bad. Like Zoro has a joke he stole from a movie. I don't even think that movie exists in that world and everything like that yet. And Sanji's still a simp, and he's still a great chef, and he's got, his moments and everything like that. But something is missing, and I can't full on. Actually, I kind of can put my finger on it, but I just like it's obviously different. Consider, especially Zoro. Like pre-time skip Zoro was serious, but he was also goofy as hell too. And I don't get that with this version. And that's one of my favorite things about Zoro. That's literally actually why I don't love post-time skip Zoro, because all serious, not I miss the goofiness actually for reals. And oh yeah, you guys mentioned Garp earlier. Another thing too is that the world of One Piece has a very specific art style, right? Now they get a lot of stuff right with costume design and everything like that, but I don't take Garp seriously either, because that man, I would imagine, would be towering. I know you can't necessarily do that, but at the same time, I'm sorry, I don't buy it. I really don't. Like I look at this guy and I don't think you're throwing cannonballs with your bare hands, which I still think is funny as hell. But it's just
what he does.
I know he does, but I don't buy it. That's the problem. There it is. I don't buy it when this guy does it.
Vincent Reagan is doing a phenomenal job as Monkey D. Garp.
Also, why is that man British and Luffy ain't? Why?
I will give him a little bit of credit with that statement, because I think I agree with him just on the sense that when they're doing the emotional stuff, when they're acting, good. But when the powers come up,
no, and that is fair.
Shit,
that is fair.
Then I'll be like, okay, I definitely, not a dip in quality, but it's just like it's tough. The shit that they have to adapt.
And I don't blame that on I blame that on the source material than I really do, and maybe a bit of the budget. You know what I mean? I don't think it's necessarily that they don't have the ability. I think it's just they don't have the budget to do what we can see, and also it's some wacky shit they have to.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why I always thought One Piece shouldn't have been adapted. This is a world that I'm like, leave that one alone. Some of these other things I think can work. There's a lot of anime out there that I'm like, that can work. Maybe a little wacky in this area, but it can still work. One Piece was the one that I was like, I don't know about this one. I don't know.
I don't have any problems. Well, okay, not to cut you off or steal your thunder. I don't have a problem considering that there may come a time, say in the next 10, 15, 20 years, where they can do a better one. There's nothing wrong with what's on screen right now. My opinion.
My opinion is just I just stick with it. Like, I always thought One Piece was a world that I don't think would have fully worked in live action. For a lot of people, it's working. Awesome. For me, no, it just ain't.
I would like to see the budgets get better, and I would like to see, because the only critique that I have is just that, like, the power's got to translate better.
Yeah.
And maybe have a little bit more of the budget to show the world to where it doesn't look like a stage play, like make it feel more of an alive spot instead of we're clearly on a set. But that's the filmmaking part. Like you said, Morgan, you were unhappy. I was too, with the fact that it's just close-up shots of Dory and what the fuck? And Brogy. Yeah, I didn't like that either. I'm like, I'm just seeing up his nose. That's it. That's all I get. And when they do show them, they look great. So I don't understand why there wasn't just like a medium shot. That's all I need, because they look good.
I think it just comes down to budget at that point. Truthfully,
I do too. But those are the only critiques that, for me personally, that I want to see get better. And again, if they decide to do this again later on down the line, I'm sure the tech is just going to advance. But I mean, for stepping up to the plate and being like, we're gonna hit a home run with One Piece, and all of us being like, yeah, right. I mean, this is about as close as you could fucking get, in my opinion. Now, does it still leave an itch to be scratched? Sure, and I get that, because I definitely see the shortcomings in the acting sometimes, and in the scales when it comes to how big the battles feel in the anime. They don't feel that big in here, but that's the price you pay for the translation, and just the techniques that they're doing with sort of getting around the shortcomings that they have via budget.
I do want to say though, with like
this,
with the sizes of the battles, though, I do want to remind people, because I feel like we can be comparing the size of the battles and the epicness to where we are later in One Piece compared to where the story is taking place right now. I'm not saying that is what is happening. I could just see people comparing it to this battle to like Wano, completely different calibers, even in the anime itself. So
not even that. Even what went down in Drum Island, I still feel I get it, budget, but still a bit of a step down. Like,
yeah, well, because it just feels like there's more space. These feel really confined, and they feel smaller. But that's just because we gotta get around the fact that the CGI isn't gonna look that great. We don't want to show too much, because we can't. But that's the price you pay for the medium.
To say though about Drum Island, I loved Rob Coletti as Wapple. I don't love some of the CG work that they had to do with him, but in all, I do like the actor. I think he did a very good job. I hate him, and so the actor's doing his job.
How is Katie Siegel?
She actually did, in my opinion, I loved her as Dr. Correa. I would have probably still like. There's always the part of me is like, man, I wish it was our gal. But I honestly do think that Katie Segal did a good job. She looked like, even just physically, like she just like the attire and everything else, she looked great, and I think she did do well.
I am there as well. I think the casting there was actually really good. You know, that's another casting W. I'm going to say, you know what? As much as we wanted Jamie Lee, I think Katie was great, actually.
Yeah, I will give them all the credit for in my opinion, nailing the casting for these characters. They're doing a very good job in getting the right people that are taking it very fucking seriously, because some of these characters are just out there, man. But everybody come correct or don't come at all, and they are coming correct, and I enjoy seeing them portray the wackiness that this show has. The only problems that I have is when it comes to showing the powers and doing the fights. Otherwise, everything else, everybody's nailing their fucking characters.
Yeah, I mean,
and eventually it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, and it's just gonna get worse.
He's gonna have to fight a damn giraffe. Make me believe that.
There is a guy.
Work.
There's a guy on TikTok and everything that is like literally trying to be what is it? Is it Kirikou? What? Oh shit! What's his name? Kaku. Thank you. I want that man that I see on TikTok training and trying to be him, like trying to get their attention. I hope that they cast him. But I also just want to give a shout out to Mark Harlick. He did fantastic as Dr. Harry Luke, in my opinion. That man made me cry even in his death scene. So, dreaded, calm, I cried. So, another one, which I have said to you guys off the rip from the very get go, I fucking love I think it's Kyoge or Kyog, as Dalton. Oh my god. From the pointy hair to like everything about his makeup, costume, hair design, the way the actor just acted that character of Dalton was fucking phenomenal. That guy did so good. Ty did phenomenal as Dalton.
I shout out to Dalton as well, actually. Okay, that's two things about Drum I'll give.
How did you like Dr. Harry Luke? Did you like Marcus him or no?
Good performance. But like I said, Death didn't hit the same. Did not hit the same.
It hit me hard.
Again, Chopper's backstory emotionally crippled me. Like, I held it in until I got to my room, then cried about it. I watched it, and you know what? A good chunk of watching the show, I was scrolling, just doing other stuff while I was in the background. I was like, okay, what's happening? Okay, I don't care.
Do you think part of it is too, though, because you know what's coming? And if it's not, it's okay. I'm just curious.
No, I wouldn't say that, because other adaptations I've watched, like, I hate to keep dick riding it, but Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix, like, yeah, I know it's coming, but I'm still into it, and I like the difference, some of the differences, or what they adapt and everything like that. So it's like, no, knowing, if anything, if I really did like this, I'd be excited on what's coming to see like how they handle this live action, but it just isn't working for me.
Did you watch Bebop? Did you watch Bebop with me? Am I the only one that watched Bebop on the show?
I was going to watch Bebop, and then you told me it sucked, so I didn't.
Did you watch live action Bebop?
Oh, Cowboy Bebop. No, I did not.
Okay. I only asked because that's another show. Really, really great job of making it look like the show. So I was just gonna ask like how you felt, if that felt more stagey to me, because I don't think so. I think they nailed the world in that. They just fucked up the story. This is nailing the world, but they're also kind of killing the story. And I mean that in the best way. Those are two differences. Cowboy Bebop was one of those shows where they put in so much effort to bring the world to life, and then they just decided to butcher the fucking story. I don't understand why. This is not doing that, but for what you said and how I feel, I'm curious to see where you may have stood on that. So just food for thought. I have my own thoughts. I'm not going to get into it because I'm the only one that's fucking seen the show.
Gotcha.
Well, any other thoughts, gentlemen, before we wrap up?
No, I'll have more after I see the last couple episodes.
Chopper's sadly not my favorite character in this, and he's supposed to be my favorite character in One Piece. Again, that's just how I know this just ain't working for me.
Well, we do have confirmation for season 3 that we have Cole Escola, who is going to be playing Bon Clay. I cannot wait to see Mr. 2. I love Bon Clay so much. We are also going to be getting next season Portugas D8. We are going to be getting more of Mr. 1 because we did get to see him a tiny smidge, a little bit. And then we will also be getting Miss Doublefinger. She's also already cast. So
I want to stick there with Ace for a second, because I saw something before where a TikToker was lobbying to play Ace, and then he bitched about the fact that he was overlooked. Like, I don't listen. If you can do the role and you get an opportunity, sweet. But the fact that you think you're going to lobby your way onto something like this off of TikTok, I don't give a fuck, okay? Shut up. I don't care. Just because you fucking cosplay and look like the character doesn't mean you deserve to fucking play the character.
It doesn't mean you can act.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not entitled to it either.
Correct. So I 100%. Don't like that shit. Go fuck yourself. And no
about it.
The dude that you said is doing his best. But I have the same energy towards him. If he gets it,
your mic was completely dead there.
Yeah, if he gets it, what?
I see it cutting in and out. If you get an opportunity, sweet. But just because you fucking cosplay on TikTok doesn't entitle you to shit.
Yeah. I will say the other guy who's trying to get into Kaku is doing the fight moves, and like I love giraffes. Like it's kind of also like a comedy bit. It's really funny. It's a good time. But no, I agree. If he was to not get it and then he was to give like, well, fuck, it should have been me. Bullshit. Like, okay, well, get over
that dude
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
fixing it. It is what it is. Just let it go.
I will say, you know, at least when Ace shows up, we're gonna have a devil fruit that I feel like, yeah, you can make that actually work. Like that shouldn't be hard to translate.
But we've seen Fire be worked a lot of times like that before.
That is true, exactly. So I'm like, yeah, that's gonna at least look good. And I
Mr.
guess I don't
Five's
get the casting.
explosions look good.
That's fair. I'll give you that. But here's the thing: I'm not watching season 3. No,
You
like
don't have
no, good. Like I
Until
ain't doing
tell
it.
you to.
Oh no, as a matter of fact, you, I'm not doing it.
But
Like,
what about for the show, Dreaded?
Yeah,
you
do it
know
for the
what?
show,
In this,
Dreaded.
no, I'm
For
not
the
doing it for the show this
show.
time.
It's good
No.
content when you disagree, Dreaded.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah,
Sure.
this is a good show. I'm enjoying this. Morgan, are you enjoying this?
Hell yeah, I'm enjoying this.
It's good to have a differing opinion about something, isn't it?
How about I just come and chat?
For
There
the
you
show.
go. The chat's
What
a
are you
part
gonna
of the
chat
show,
about?
isn't
Because you
it?
didn't see anything.
But it
Fair
doesn't matter
enough.
when you
I
haven't
can still
seen
hate.
it.
You know, that's fair enough. Because instead, I could be watching something else preparing for the next show. Perhaps when season 3 comes out. Did they announce when that's actually going to drop? I don't even know.
No, I don't think so. It's just in
I
the
would,
works.
for the record, I would love to do Monarch. I just don't have a way to watch it.
For the Big Show stuff.
Do it for
Oh,
the
it's the
show,
one app
Luke.
I refuse to pay for.
For the show.
For the show. Let me in your
For
fucking
the
Apple.
show.
Somebody loan me their Apple for the show.
I'm probably going to get it temporarily just to watch season 2. But yeah, I would actually let you borrow it as well.
Yeah, facts. We be trading this shit all the time. I'm like the dude. I got everything else. What you need? What you need? I got the cock here. What you need? I got Paramount over here. What you need? I got my own HBO now because it kicked me off of Morgan's. What you need?
Did it really?
Yeah, it did. It was like you can't have other accounts and shit. I was like,
they're just starting to crack down on HBO for that.
Yeah, so that account that you made for me, I just imported over, so I got it now.
Oh, that works. Anyway,
Yeah.
do you guys want to rate season 2?
Yes.
Sure.
Go ahead, Dreaded.
No, I need you guys to go first because I'm still deciding.
Okay.
I'm giving it an 8 until I see the other 2 episodes. That's a tentative 8. I really do have had a great time watching it. All the reasons that I mentioned before. I really only have the couple critiques, but I think as this goes on and continues to get success, it'll improve.
Yeah. I am an 8.5. I had a great time. I do think in general for what I was given, this was even better than season 1 for me. I love so many things. I do have the few tweaks. The biggest ones being get rid of those close-ups on, Rogi and Dory. If we get all the way down to Elbath and you're giving me only that down the line, I'm gonna go slap some bitches. But no, I love the passion that the teams behind this have, and I'm really, really excited to see what happens and where it goes.
Okay, I think I got a decision. I'm gonna give it a 5. I thought about 4. Oh man, I wanted to give it a 4,
Brother.
but I mean, I had some nice things to say about it. Some of the references, and some of the performances are pretty good, and it does have some fire music. I ain't gonna lie. But I guess the biggest thing about this show that I can give its props for is, man, it makes me appreciate anime for One Piece. It makes me appreciate the original, so I'll give it that. So much so, I literally turned on the anime after I was done watching some episodes. Like, okay, let me watch this now.
I have one more critique.
What's that?
Okay.
Don't take 3 years to give me a season.
That is fair.
There's a lot, guys. And I say this about everything that we cover specifically when it comes to shows. Everybody is just getting older. You knew what kind of task you were coming onto this. I don't want anybody to get overworked, but this is some monumental shit that you're taking on. And it's only going to get bigger from here. So if you can, just don't take 3 years to give me season 3. That's all.
By the way, as of late 2025, season 3 has already been in production, and it is confirmed to be released on Netflix in 2027.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Let's go.
That's all, you guys.
As long as it doesn't get
But they
banned.
also need breaks. They also need breaks. Give those
Yes.
people some fucking breaks. That's all.
Sure. All right. Before we end things, I actually have a question.
Yeah.
I have an answer.
What anime would you like to see live action you think could work? Something that either okay, how about let me translate this? Something that hasn't been done, and if there's something you want to redo, would there be something?
Obviously Dragon Ball, obviously, but I'm not gonna lie. Two, actually. Dragon Ball and Yu Yu Hakusho need redos. Across the board need redos, especially Yu Yu Hakusho. That one is way more practical, and first of all, I need you two to watch it, period. But like that would be way easier to translate. It's a kid in high school. That would be great. One that I would love to see would be fucking Soul Eater. My God, I would love to see that.
What about you, Morg?
Like it's what I want to see live action, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thank
Hell's Paradise would be dope.
I'm not okay. So like, I'm also with you, Luke. I think like I would like to see a good Dragon Ball. I just want to know how they do the hair. You know what? I have one thing about if they ever redo Drive. I was gonna say no. Better yet, Saiyans need to have black in them.
Yes.
Like, think about the way their hair works and think about how our hair works. Like, bro, black hair would work.
I agree with that. Hell yeah.
Okay, but like an anime that I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'd mind that live action. I would like to see Jujutsu Kaisen done.
That would be a good one. That'd be fun.
I would like to see some Curse Techniques live action, and that would be interesting.
I mean, I am an absolute mega fan of this one. I'm gonna say it also would be very easy to do. I would love to see Apothecary Diaries, like a proper, not like the really like cheesy how sometimes you get like live actions overseas and it's like the really kind of like everything's just like a little like it's accurate but it's also like not fully there and it's like really really tiny budget, like to give a proper budget, proper like rebuilding of the Imperial grounds and like or like CG looks of the Imperial grounds and everything. I love Apothecary Diaries and I think it would make bank here and across the globe for a live action. It's just also so freaking good. Especially for one that doesn't have like special abilities. Like that is very much like a more of a realistic. It's a period drama, but it doesn't have like fancy crazy CG abilities you have to do.
Gotcha. I at one point thought I would like to see Attack on Titan done right, but after seeing where it went, nah, leave it alone.
That's another one that I think you don't look at it in terms of a Japanese production. You look at it in terms of a world production.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. If I want to get fancy with it though, and like crazy like abilities and such, I do think a really unique one that actually its newest season is out right now. I just watched it right before getting on the show. Is ReZero.
Okay.
I think ReZero is dark. It's really dark. It deals with like death loops and such, but I think it is unique enough, and has fun abilities and like really just intense storylines that could be a really really interesting binge.
I got you. Oh, I forgot because I think I brought this up during the They Will Kill You review. Afro Samurai.
I think one that would go hard for people is Bleach. I think Bleach would be a very popular live action.
I didn't watch Bleach, so I don't know what they'd have to adapt. Do you guys think My Hero Academia could work?
No.
Haven't seen enough of it to have an opinion.
I do think we could make it work, but it would have to be like literally, in my opinion, it needs to be like early Marvel good. I also am a little disappointed in the ending. I wanted more weight, I suppose. I didn't. I want to say prefaces that I didn't dislike the ending. I just was expecting more emotion out of me than what I got, and so it landed a little softer than I was hoping.
I know how it ended. I didn't necessarily watch it, but I know how it ended, and we'll save those discussions for me for another time.
Yeah.
Because I got my problems as well.
I think it could work, but it has to be a very specific way for My Hero to work. Yeah.
I hear you.
Remind me, gentlemen. What do we have for next week?
Lee Cronin's The Mummy, I believe.
I do believe.
Great. For the show, Dreaded.
Hey, I suffered through this shit. You're gonna suffer through that shit.
Potentially.
Maybe, yeah, you know,
Potentially.
that's like that's. I was labeled with Chris. Like, oh, who knows? Who knows? Maybe it might be good, but
I am not giving it that much hope.
I know how you guys feel about it because I know what variation of the Mummy stories you guys are into.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm actually kind of with you guys too, but I'm willing to give this a shot.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving it a shot. It could surprise me. We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But then afterwards, then we're definitely gonna get a good movie because then we got Michael.
We sure do.
Michael.
The Michael Jackson movie.
Oh, right.
It does look so good.
Right.
All right, well, guys.
I'm going to Thursday night show. Yep.
Next week we will be reviewing The Mummy on Wednesday, which is April 22nd. So make sure you tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure to also follow us on our socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, or X, whichever you prefer, Threads, LinkedIn. You know, we're on all of them. So go on, follow us. That way you know when we're going live, what we're reviewing, and if any other fun announcements happen. Yeah. If you're over on YouTube, like the video for us. And if you're here on Twitch and you're not following, follow. Also subscribe on YouTube because your support matters. We appreciate you guys so much. But
don't forget to check out the One of These podcast dating profiles as well.
Guys, we'll catch you next week. Make sure to tune in for our movie review of The Mummy. And we'll catch you next time. But hey, don't forget that popcorn.
Don't do it.
If you forget the popcorn, I'm going to shove Sukuna's finger up your
Have a good night, everybody.
Take me away.